Because every page, every chapter, every book, every verse shouts out the name Jesus. For in Genesis, he's the seed that bruised the serpent's head. In Exodus, he's the fire by night, and he's the cloud by day. In Leviticus and Numbers, he's the high priest making intercession for his people in the holiest of holies. And in Deuteronomy, I see Jesus again. He's the bearer up in the everlasting arms. And in Joshua, he's the captain of the host of the army of the Lord. And in Judges, he's the sword of the Lord and of Gideon. In Ruth, he's the perfect groom that takes on herself the perfect bride. In 1st and 2nd Samuel, he's the calling of young men into the priesthood and into the throne room of Israel. There again in 1st and 2nd Kings, I see Jesus. He's that whirlwind of power. He's that chariot of fire. He's the mantle of the Lord God of Elijah. And in 1st and 2nd Chronicles, he's the Shekinah glory of God filling the temple of Solomon. Oh, I see him in Ezra and Nehemiah, the voice calling into a bedraggled nation for it to rebuild the walls of its ancient and holy city. There again in Esther, he's that queenly figure making intercession for the people who she loves so dearly. And in Job, he's the patience of the pride of God that causes that man to cry out in affliction, though God slay me, yet I will trust in him. In Psalms, he's the good shepherd that leads us beside the still waters and restores our soul. In Proverbs and Ecclesiastes, he's the beginning of all wisdom. He's the wise instruction of a father to his son. Oh, in Song of Solomon, he's the lily of the valley. He's the fairest of the fair. He's the rose of Sharon. There again in Isaiah, he is the lamb wounded for our transgressions and bruised for our iniquities. Oh, I see Jesus in Jeremiah and Lamentations. He's the voice calling to a youth, saying, before I formed thee in the womb, I knew thee. And before thou camest out of the belly, I sanctified thee, and I ordained thee a prophet unto the nations. And in Ezekiel, he's the wind coming from the four corners of the earth that revives a valley of dry bones into praise and adoration of Jehovah God. And in Daniel, he is the rock that came out of the mountains, not with hands, crushing all other nations. Oh, in Hosea, he's the loving and affectionate husband that redeems the degenerate bride. And in Joel, he's the rain in the time of the latter rain. Friends, in Amos, Obadiah, Jonah, Micah, Nahum, Habakkuk, Zephaniah, Haggai, Zechariah, and Malachi, he's the last voice of the prophet that prepared a redemptive work since the foundations of the universe. I don't know about you, but I thank God that he shows up in Matthew, the babe in swaddling clothes, lying in a manger, the lion of the tribe of Judah. Oh, in Mark, he's the healer of the blind, the maimed, and the haunt. In Luke, he's the great physician. He's the Christ of Calvary. He's the resurrected Lord. And in John, he's the Word made flesh, dwelling among us. Oh, friends, in Acts, he's the giver of power at Pentecost to the brand new believers who shook the world upside down. I wonder tonight, is there anybody at Awakening Conference who wants to shake the world upside down? In Romans, he's the only fulfillment of the law that's able to free us from all condemnation. In the letters to Corinth, Galatia, Ephesus, Philippi, Colossae, and Thessalonica, he's the perfect doctrine of the church of Jesus Christ that's going to be good enough to get you and me through those pearly gates. Oh, friends, in Timothy, Titus, and Philemon, he's the dedication of young men who have consecrated themselves to a lifetime of service of Jesus Christ. Oh, friends, in Hebrews, he's Jesus Christ, the same yesterday, the same today, and the same forever. In James, Peter, John, and Jude, he's the greatest power in the universe. He's the power of love. And in Revelation, he's the beginning. He's the end. He's the first. He's the last. He's the Alpha. He's the Omega. He's the King of Kings, the Lord of Lords. He is the culmination of the conflict of the ages. His name is Jesus.